It's the old saying, right? There goes the Iowa connection again. It seems like almost everything leads back to the Hawkeye State. That's something I didn't notice until I moved here 2 years ago. So that led me to wonder what all is actually rooted right here in Iowa. So this morning we're kicking off Made in Iowa, exploring all the unique connections right here in the state. So to kick it off, I don't think this person needs much of an introduction because he's a national star at this point. But Nash Rowe says no matter where he goes, Iowa is always home.
And
his craft all comes down to preparation and precision. It all goes down in this home kitchen in Clive. This is where.
Okay, that. Okay.
14-year-old Nash Rowe finds peace.
Very, very. It's like playing with clouds, honestly.
And where his creativity bursts.
Practice makes perfect. I feel like in the beginning days, I just expected me to make it the first time and then it is going to turn out great, which was not the case at all.
Practice, hard to imagine, is needed very much for Iowa's own teen baking sensation. From his parents' kitchen, where his company Nash's Confections was born and still runs,
Nash,
to a national stage on the Food Network's Kid Baking Championship competition show, Nash's profile has skyrocketed.
It's been busy, it's been fun, and it's been enjoyable. Like, it's not, sometimes it can be a little like, oh, this is a little stressful, but other than that, it's actually been fun.
Fun, sprinkled with some stress and a lot of success. His creations are now in high demand all over the country.
I've gotten very far with doing it, and I love and appreciate all of this that's come with it.
Nash's Confections.
Yeah, typically I start when I get home from school.
Is continuing to grow with each day he puts into his business. Each day.
I started the boxed cake when I was 6, and then I got to help her since I was toddler, maybe.
For as long as Nash and his mother, Esty Rowe, can remember.
It was a pastime for him, a way for him to make money. That was it. He wants to save for a Jeep, so he said, "All right, how are you going to afford it?" And he started this during COVID, and it has grown.
I think my first order I sent with my grandma, I charged her $4 for a dozen sugar cookies covered in 2 paper plates, but then because she was family, I took $2 off, and then because I just felt like it, I took another $1 off. So then we were about $1.
It's that heart for family that has been his main ingredient, the love and the honesty.
My sister, oh boy, she's got opinions, I'll tell you that. I was testing a new version of my Cinnaro, and she's like, ugh, ew, what is this? And I'm like, hey, it's not, whoa, but, it's helpful criticism, so,
Yeah, that's tough love.
It's tough love.
Sometimes that tough love, as this family has learned,
I can hardly process all the things that
helps Nash thrive, and also
balance. Yes, and he's very good at doing that, and still taking time to hang out, cousins, friends.
I guarantee you probably know this song, actually.
Find time for himself and other things he loves, like music. Nash has been playing piano since first grade and loves to build model airports. Even as his business grows and his stardom rises, Esty still sees Nash as her Nash.
He has a heart of gold. He's witty and smart. Funny. Funnier than you. Not funnier than me, but he's just so kind and helpful.
The teen baking sensation.
I made brown butter.
Who still needs mom's guidance every once in a while.
You were right on the butter.
Knows that Iowa is home.
I would love for him to take away, just remember all the support that the community, that might make me cry, that the community, everyone has given that they don't know. And he gets messages from people all over the world just encouraging. It's just something I never thought would come. Oh my gosh. But you just never know who's who you're inspiring.
So I just want to show people that like you can still do it. There's a ton of people that started here in Iowa and then grew to beyond.
The recipe for growth
Everything to like a precise.
isn't too complicated.
I did not think 3 years ago that I would be in this situation.
In Clive, Chenue, Local 5 News, we are Iowa. All right, if you want to catch Nash in person, he's doing so many things right now. He's also holding a few sessions at the Iowa State Fair, hosting some contests and demos. So if you want to see Nash, be sure to head out to the Iowa State Fair. He's going to be doing all of those things. So it'll be exciting, a chance for everyone to get to see what Nash is doing. And just
He's going to go places.
yeah, he's so charismatic and like fun. You know, sometimes I forget that I'm talking to a teenager just because he's so witty and smart.
The first time that he was on Good Morning Iowa and on the midday show, he is so present.
Yes.
And he's got this maturity about him that's like, where did you come from? I need your energy.
Does not seem like that age. Much more mature. And, you know, it's like going places. I think he's already been places.
He's so focused. He knows what he's passionate about.
I was talking to him about his experience being on the Food Network, and he was saying that some kids on that show had no idea where Iowa was, and so he was really proud to represent Iowa.
Putting Iowa on the map.
From here and putting Iowa on the map, and so just really proud of Nash, and his mom Esty was great, like just, you know, telling their story, because I think we've seen so much of Nash the baker, but getting that behind the scenes look.
Well,
you know.
And the piano, I mean, Iowa Tiger, that was great.
Yeah. So really, really cool, and yeah, just really proud of him. So hey, if you have any suggestions of anyone or any companies you'd like to see featured on Made in Iowa, be sure to reach out to me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Send me an email as well to that email right there on your screen, and yeah, just reach out to me, and we'll be sure to see who we will feature next on Made in Iowa. Current time is 5:12. Sometimes a small idea can really blow up into something big, tossing together creativity, hard work, passion all into a jar and shaking it all up. That's what Claire Williams did, and it seems to have worked out perfectly for her. This is her story in this morning's Made in Iowa.
Exactly. Also, they taste delicious, yes.
For a builder,
I call myself affectionately a salad architect, and the reason is because I am not a chef. I would never claim to be a chef.
every aspect of their work is by design.
Dressing goes in first on every salad except the flamin' chipotle chicken salad.
And no design
I made this at home and
is ever perfect.
I loved it and kept adding to it and got feedback, and oh, it was so good.
On the first draft, Claire Williams has learned that after she found out other people loved mason jar salads as much as she did, with small tweaks.
From day one, I would ask customers, how can we be improving this? What ingredients do you like? What ingredients do you not like? What salads do you wish that we had?
That crucial feedback then led to the creation of and booming growth of green mason salads within the last year. It started off as just an idea for Claire and her family to eat healthy and conveniently.
You can have both, yes. What a wild idea. Yes, you can.
An idea Iowans are now on board with. And now Claire spends her Tuesdays working out of the commercial kitchen at the Mickle Center in Sherman Hill.
I feel like I've gotten really strong at this job.
Tuesdays are filled with prepping and reviewing. Customers come first. Green Mason is well oiled and precisely ran.
So, any of the dressings or any of the salads that have modifications, I highlight.
Every piece of customer feedback, every ounce of hard work, and every Tuesday spent in this kitchen, all tossed together, hasn't just led to growth in delivery.
As soon as we started delivering salads in thermal bags to the homes of our customers, that changed everything.
But now catering too. The all-impressive work is now one more thing added to Claire's life.
I'm in the tech industry. So I actually work in sales and operations for technology companies. And at the same time that I started Green Mason, oddly enough, I started a sales consultancy called Creative Spark Studios. So that's like that side of life. I was salads and sales, who thought, right?
Jar by jar.
And that is where
Claire hopes Iowans can get to know Green Mason because for her,
born and raised in Iowa, we have the best people.
home is where the heart is.
When I think about what impact I think Green Mason can have in Iowa, I think it's going to be really big. So it's not just centralized here to Des Moines and the suburbs. I see a Green Mason satellite locations throughout the state where there's multiple salad architects that are doing this exact thing in their hometown.
And home is what built this. In Des Moines, Chenue,
Who would have known?
Local 5 News.
Now, Claire says she's still constantly taking feedback from customers to improve the product. And since the salads come in a jar, she says if you bring your jars back and order salads, you do get a discount. So if you have any other suggestions of anyone you'd like to see featured on Made in Iowa, be sure to reach out to me on social media or send me an email. Your time is 6:46. Today is National Hot Sauce Day, so you may remember the frightening, the awful sriracha shortage we all faced not long ago. Well, in the midst of the fiasco, there was a company in Iowa that stepped up to fill a need. So in this morning's Made in Iowa, fear no more, my fellow sriracha lovers. Well, I don't love this as much. A heads up for all the sriracha lovers out there. The food company that makes sriracha says they are halting production, so it could be months before production picks up again. The company says any orders placed on or after April 19th would not be scheduled to go out until Labor Day.
It's the shortage that set people on fire. For more than a year, sriracha hot sauce disappeared from store shelves.
We have an emergency. You cannot find or buy sriracha anymore.
But the internet was hot as bottles popped up, but prices were sky high. Now, in 2024, the big question, is the shortage over? They're popping back up on store shelves, giving sriracha lovers hope. But in a statement to USA Today 2 months ago, Hoi Fong Foods says, quote, "We continue to have a limited supply that continues to affect product availability. Unfortunately, we are still experiencing a shortage of raw materials." And 2 months ago,
crack this bad boy open,
was when Iowa's very own Lola's Hot Sauce decided it was time to drop Lola Racha.
Yeah, we heard there was a sriracha shortage, and we're like, well, what's sriracha shortage? We got plenty of red jalapeno, and so we launched our own sriracha. Ours is different. Sriracha sauce, I mean, it's been around forever, right? That's actually the name of the sauce, but there's very different versions of it. And ours is sweet. It's got a little bit of bell pepper. It's got a little bit of, just a little bit of sugar.
CEO Taufik Shah says with Lola's familiarity here in Iowa, they made sure to stay true to the family recipe while drawing in sriracha lovers who may not have tried Lola's before in the Hawkeye State and beyond.
We follow the same strict guidelines we always do. So first of all, Lola makes it, and then we all try it. And if we love it, then we take it on to the next step. So really what we learned was you can put Lola's in just about anything, and it can like transform into anything. And it just happened. We're just making tons of Lola's Original. Why not turn it into a sriracha? And here we go. Lola Racha, baby.
Okay, enough of Taufik talking. Watch this guy.
It just tastes so nice.
It does. It really does.
No shortage with the Lola Racha.
In West Des Moines, Chenue, Local 5 News.